We weren't living high on the hog. We were certainly, middle-class America. We tried to go out to eat on a Friday night. We tried to hit a movie, once a month or so. We tried to enjoy ourselves a little bit. I think we just wound up enjoying ourselves a little too much. It seemed like no matter how much work that I seemed to bring in and how much money I could bring in from one or two or my third extra job, it just wasn't making ends meet. So it got to the point where basically I come home one day and my wife's crying, holding bills.
I've got all these bills that have to be paid and have to be paid today, and you were paid today and there's no money. I don't understand how you could have just gotten your paycheck and we don't have the money to be able to pay anything.
Many of the people who come to us for debt management assistance have just gotten over their heads in unsecured debt. And that's really what a debt management plan is about, is attempting to work through unsecured debt that you have over a period of time.
The amount of money that we owed was ridiculous. We had about $35,000 worth of debt between student loans, credit cards, the siding on the house was rotten and we had to get that replaced. And the big kicker was the roof on the house had to be replaced. It was Swiss cheese and we had no choice, had to use a credit card.
We don't have the money in the checking account. Let's use the credit card for right now. We'll figure it out later, and later never came. We
wound up with 5 credit cards that were maxed out at between 21 and 28% interest. I didn't know what to do, so I basically got in the car and went for a drive. Clark Howard was on, and consumer credit counseling, he was talking about it to somebody. I picked up my cell phone and I said, cell phone charges be darned, I'm going to call.
We work with their lenders, their credit card companies and other unsecured lenders to try to reduce the interest that is charged to the consumer, to waive over-limit fees, waive late fees, and lower payments. So that if the consumer is willing to agree not to take on any additional unsecured debt, they can have a safe time, a safe period where we're supporting them, where they can then pay out that accumulated debt that they've incurred.
They worked with all the credit card companies and reduced the interest rates. Some of the interest rates even went down to 0%.
A lot of creditors will work with us, and they are willing to reduce interest and lower finance charges and those sorts of things because they want to get some money back on the debt that's owed. So they would rather have that reduced payment and offer the client some concessions in order to make it more manageable for the client to be able to make a payment.
There are several things we can't do. First of all, we can't loan people money. That's not part of our service. Secondly, we can't repair your credit. Consumers who are concerned about their credit record or their credit score need to work very hard to pay their bills on time, to make regular minimum payments. That's the only thing that improves credit score over time. On the payment side, it's just important to make regular payments. And third, we don't settle debts for anything less than the full principal amount.
About maybe 2/3 of our clients that decide to join a debt management plan do successfully complete the plan within 24 to 60 months.
Getting out, it takes some work, and we understood that. I took on 2 extra jobs on top of my regular job. My wife was an office administrator, and we just we did it. We had to work really hard and adjust our family lifestyle a little bit, but with the sacrifice, it came through.
We were completed a month ahead from what we thought we were going to do, and I just sat down and just cried because we were done. We were finished, and my first phone call was to my mom, and I said, we get our dad and our husband back, and it was really great.
We've been around for 45 years. We're members of the Better Business Bureau. We're United Way partners. Our values are one of compassion, integrity. We are here for consumers, and our only goal is to help consumers, not to help ourselves or not to sell anything.